Good morning. Another day in Florida, my favorite state. Rainy one today. Southwest Florida, as well as Central Florida and the Tampa Bay area. All getting rain, but the Miami area is not. So that's where I'm headed. It's not supposed to rain until about 6 o'clock this evening over that way. It's about 11:30 right now. I just pulled off Highway 41, which runs between Southwest Florida. Like it starts it goes a long way, but a portion of it that I'm on, Southwest Florida over to Miami. And to get from Southwest Florida to Miami, there's a couple different ways you can go. I-75 runs through the swamp a little bit north of here, like maybe 20 or 25 miles north. But that has a toll, so I didn't want to pay that. But I-41's it's not an interstate. Highway 41 is a better ride anyway. It's more scenic. It's just like you're just out in the wilderness. Like right now, I just pulled off into a little gravel, like trailhead type place on the side of the road to start the vlog. I'll pull out of here and give you a view of the road. Other than the rain, it's nice out. It's 70 and humid, so it's very pleasant temperature-wise. Just this 2-lane state highway that runs through the very bottom of Florida. Like to drive across from Southwest Florida to the greater Miami area. This is the southernmost road that exists. South of here, it's just Florida Everglades. I mean, this is the Everglades right here, not part of Everglades National Park, but these are the Florida Everglades that I'm driving through right now. It's hard to see out there. There's swamp on the left and swamp on the right. So getting closer to Miami, still out in the Everglades in rural areas, but I just entered Miami-Dade County. I don't know what's going on there. Construction on something to do with the waterways. For like miles and miles, you drive along this waterway over here on Highway 41 once you get towards Miami. You can kind of see it over there. The rain is letting up. It hasn't stopped raining, but it's definitely gotten brighter out. I'm in downtown Miami. There's the American Airlines Arena where the Heat play on the right. And there's a railroad crossing and a freight train came. And my first thought was, wow, they're actually running a freight train through a large city middle of the day. Because oftentimes big cities that have freight rail tracks running through, they'll do it at night. But not only was the train coming through, it's stopped. You can kind of see it up there. It's probably been stopped for about 10 minutes. Everybody's honking and getting mad and like weaving through to get around it and make U-turns and everything. But I think this is kind of funny, and I've been driving for so long, it's kind of relaxing to just sit surrounded by all these buildings and just taking it all in. So this is right near the Fort Lauderdale airport, one of the canals kind of behind it. It's 5:29 in the evening. just got done kayaking, but let's review the day. I'll tell you how I got here. So I drove, as you know, I drove across the bottom of Florida on Route 41 from southwest Florida over to the Miami area. And I just stayed on Route 41, and it goes same road the whole way through the swamp, and then it ends in downtown Miami in the Brickell neighborhood. And so I just turned left, started going north, and saw a little more of Miami. Saw that train go by the American Airlines Arena. I didn't spend a ton of time in Miami because I've been there before. I'd been to the American Airlines Arena, and I kind of wanted to keep moving because I've never been to Fort Lauderdale or anything north of Miami on this coast of Florida. I mean, way north, like Daytona Beach and Cape Canaveral, obviously, but like this whole east side of Florida I haven't seen a whole lot of. So I was in Fort Lauderdale, driving around near downtown, and keep in mind, it had been raining all day, like the whole way across Route 41 through the swamp. It was raining. It started to really let up when I was driving through like the neighborhoods of Miami, approaching downtown. It never got sunny, but it started to let up just more and more, and then by the time I was sitting in downtown Miami waiting for that train, it had stopped raining. And I was like, man, it's warm. What a nice day. I wish I could throw the kayak in somewhere. At the time, it was 78 degrees, real humid, just really nice weather. So I went back to the handy Florida official Find a Boat Launch website, and there wasn't too much going on around downtown Miami, just traffic. And I was like, let's get out of Miami, let's go up to Fort Lauderdale or somewhere north of here. And that's what I did. I went to actually two places before this. One of them was like just a really dirty parking lot and just not really a fun place, so I left. That was 2 or 3 miles from here. And before that, I went to one that was really nice. It was like a mile east of downtown, but that cost $2 an hour to park, so I didn't want to pay that. So I came over to this place because I just kept going around checking them off on the map, and I finally got a good one. Let me show you the parking lot. And the water's back there. So this is right behind the Fort Lauderdale airport. Like, it's right in the flight path, and the planes have been coming and going overhead the whole time, as you saw in the videos. It's just because I love airplanes and flying and airports. It's just so interesting. This is only like, I don't know, maybe a mile, 2 miles from the Fort Lauderdale airport, maybe. It's like right there. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go and drive through the Fort Lauderdale airport and see that. Even if I'm not flying, I just like to see it from the road. And then I'm gonna go see downtown Fort Lauderdale. I've been very close to downtown, but I haven't actually like been, you know, right there underneath the tall buildings. And then I think I'm gonna go see the Fort Lauderdale, like the beach area on the coast. It's probably gonna be dark by then, but oh well, I want to see it anyway. So I have a little bit more running around to do to get a really full experience in the Fort Lauderdale area, how I like to do in cities that I visit. So I'm going to go do all of that. I'll take you along with me. So Fort Lauderdale is quite the big city. I mean, I knew it was big, but I didn't know it was going to be this big. This is only a fraction of it. It's got a really big skyline. And I just drove through the Fort Lauderdale airport, and that FLL airport is gigantic. It's just, I mean, I knew it was big, but I didn't know it was going to be that big. Like, what a popular area. Kind of hard to see because it's already almost all the way down, but that's a drawbridge that was up going back down downtown. Oh, walking around downtown Fort Lauderdale, just parked in a municipal garage. Sunday because it was free. I mean, free because it was Sunday. I know you can't see me because it's dark, but it is nighttime. It's like, I don't actually know exactly what time it is, 6 or 7, something like that. It's nighttime, it's fully dark out, it's December, late December. I am in shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm not the least bit cold. I am very comfortable. Gotta love Florida. So I'm at a highway rest area for the night in Port St. Lucie, Florida on the Atlantic coast side. I don't know if you can see it, it's dark. All the trash is piled really high. I'll show you guys tomorrow when it's laid out, but I had McDonald's for dinner. The bag is up there. Just because I'm so frugal on these trips, especially with one lasting 3 weeks, I went to Circle K and got a fountain drink for 79 cents, and then I went to McDonald's drive-thru and I got 2 McChickens and a cheeseburger, so my whole meal was like $4. It was good. It was a satisfying meal nonetheless. Was gonna get a Little Caesars pizza again today because I liked that so much yesterday when I had it, but time just slipped away and I didn't make it before they closed. So this is like midway between Miami and Cape Canaveral on the Atlantic coast side of Florida. Tomorrow, I really don't know what I'm doing tomorrow just yet, but I'm sure something will fall into place like it always does. Looking a little bit further ahead, on Tuesday morning, I have to return this car, even though the trip has almost 2 weeks left, because like I said in the first vlog, I extended this trip by a week, and because I had to book another week of the rental car, it was a way better price to use 2 different companies than it would have been to get one car for the entire 3 weeks. So I'm gonna have to go to Orlando and switch cars Tuesday morning, but not a big deal. I've done that before. Just completely not a big deal, just a mild annoyance. But I'm gonna call it a night. It is almost midnight. So I've been, because obviously I've been in the car every night so far. I've just been too cheap to get a room or an Airbnb, but I don't know, might do that in the next few days. But I've been breaking it up a little bit. Like, I've slept a night in the front seat with it reclined. I've slept like with the back seats folded down with like the lower half of me into the trunk of the car. But what I did last night, and it was the most relaxing night I've had yet, was sleep in the back seat. And so that's what I'm just going to do again tonight. So 3 different places to sleep in the car. And it really makes a big difference when you're traveling if you have a blanket with you for like sleeping in the car. That's something I normally don't do, because when I only have carry-on bag or personal item, if I'm flying Spirit or Frontier, I just simply don't have room. But because I had 2 checked bags with the kayaks in them on Southwest this time, I crammed a whole bunch of extra stuff around it that I wouldn't normally have, this being one of those things. Alright, so I am rambling again like I tend to do so often. So I'm going to shut up now, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next vlog.